Hello ladies, apologies first of all for this over my head. I've just put some more blue on my hair, so I've got to let it bake for a bit. So today we're going to do mostly chair work, so grab yourself a stool. If your stool is a little bit high like mine is, grab yourself some books or some blocks just so you can pop them under your feet so that you can bring your knees a little bit higher, maybe up to hips height or a tiny bit lower, but no higher. So you want to have the knees either in line with the hips or a little bit lower, but just make sure you can sit comfortably with your feet firmly on the ground or on the book or whatever the earth is for you today. So take a moment, get yourself ready, and I will meet you back here in just a quick moment. So we're going to start easy seated. Make sure our feet are firm on the earth and have the knees about hips width apart. I'm just going to roll the shoulders a few times. Close the eyes and just start coming into your breath. And today we're going to work on a little bit of lower body strength, so in the legs, but also our posture as well. And this may be a little bit more accessible today for anyone who's later into their third trimester, so maybe around 31 weeks and more. But if you're before, this will be a good one for you anyway. But this is a little bit more accessible just so you don't have to get up off the floor as many times. And let's roll the shoulders forward. And let's do one more, shoulders all the way up, back and down. Brilliant. Alright, let's bring hands onto baby. So coming into our yoni mudra, so thumbs together, index fingers together, index fingers around at the pubic bone. Sliding shoulder blades down the back. See if you can grow a little bit through the spine without sticking your bum out. So tuck the tailbone in a little bit and hug baby in. A phrase that I use every time. But really, really hug them in. And just start to connect your breath with your womb. Our heart womb breath. Now if you remember the yoni mudra heart womb greeting with love, if you remember that sequence, you may want to do that one. So I just remind you ever so quickly. So it's bringing the hands to heart. We take a breath in. We breathe out, open the arms, take your yoni mudra down to the womb. You breathe in. And as you breathe out, create your lotus flower and bring that all the way back up to the heart. You breathe into the hands, sending that heart energy down to your womb. Inhaling. And as you exhale, bringing that blossoming, blooming lotus flower back up to the heart. So just carry this on a few times. If you're feeling like you may want to be a little bit more still today, you can keep left hand on the heart, right hand down at baby, and just connect the two together. So breathing into the heart, into the left hand, and breathing down towards your baby. Breathing in and out of the nose. Making sure the jaw is unclenched, especially the back molars. And go ahead ahead and set an intention for your practice today. Maybe one for just yourself. You need some time alone with your baby. Or maybe you just want this time to really be focused on you and how you're feeling. Because your baby will be feeling and getting all of this energy down to them with the breath work and with that connection of breath and movement. So take this time for you. But of course take this time for you to connect deeper with your baby as well. If that's what you're desiring right now. Let's take 2 more breaths. And gently flutter the eyes open. Releasing the hands at the knees. And we're just going to bow the head. Still drawing shoulder blades down. And having a gentle lift through your pelvic floor. So not squeezing it, just a gentle lift. And we're going to roll the head over to one side. And then just roll the chin to chest as we roll over to the other side. Left or right, doesn't matter. And just keep doing this for a few more breaths. And then slowly bring the head back to centre. Just going to lift the chin up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. Breathe in, lift the chin up. Breathe out. Let's do one more. Breathe in, lift up. And breathe out. Okay, lifting the head up to centre. We're going to keep the right hand where it is, maybe bend the arm and reach the left arm up and just take a reach over to the side. If you're on an armchair, you can rest your arm on the armchair, the arm of the armchair, you know what I mean? But if not, don't worry, just be mindful that you're still hugging in and you're not collapsing, so you're lifting up and away and we're drawing this left hip downwards. And come to centre, lift the right arm up, take a breath in, and as we breathe out, take it the other way, drawing the right hip down, finding that length. And then come back to centre. Brilliant. Okay, so if your feet are lifted, just going to lower them down a little bit, just so you can lean forward. Now don't worry if you have got a chair where you're already up here, that's absolutely fine. But if you are able to lower the legs or maybe grab yourself a cushion just to lift the hips up a bit, then go for that. So just going to take some seated cat-cow. So feet are going to be about mat's width, so if you've got a mat underneath you, brill. If not, don't worry, you may just want to toe heel the feet out two times. Toe heel the feet out. I think I said that, but I'm not sure. So we're going to breathe in, just round through the back, tuck the chin, hug your baby and lift through your pelvic floor. And as you breathe out, release pelvic floor and reach the heart up. Shoulders are sliding down the back. Breathe in, round through the back, tuck the chin. And breathe out. And keep moving through this, your own pace. Being mindful not to put too much weight onto the wrists here. do 3 more rounds. Here's 2. And 1. And let's take some circular movements now. So going all the way around, taking your time. Remember, there is no rush. And visualize those hips as well and the pelvis as you come here. So you're really getting into the back of the pelvis, so around the coccyx, all the way to the front on both sides. And let's go the other way. And depending how far along you are in your pregnancy, might depend on how much you can move here. So if you're able to really drop down low, if that feels okay, obviously making space for baby, opening the knees wide enough, but you can just keep it here and just work through the heart space, still working through the hips as well. Let's do one more breath. And come back to seated. We're going to take hold of those blocks or books again to lift the knees up a little bit. Just sort mine out with my right foot. And then just sit back so you're nice and stable. So just going to do a little bit of ankle work to help relax the pelvis. Now when we massage into the ankles, it helps to relax the pelvis as well, and also the wrists. So we're just going to do a little bit of joint work. So if you're able to, don't worry if you're not, I can give you an option otherwise. We're going to bring the left foot up, and we're going to just cross it over the right knee. Now if this isn't possible, grab yourself something so you can rest your foot against it, even if it's another chair, and get someone else, or if you're able to just hold the leg and just give yourself a massage here. You may want to use a wall to lean against as well, so you don't have to hold yourself. So for example, if you had a wall to rest against here, and just give the ankle a massage and roll through the ankle here, and then you don't have to hold yourself up. But if it's available, to rest it on that right leg, which is ideal but not absolutely mandatory, do that, because then we'll get a nice stretch down the back of the left hip. So just massage into the area, really good for muscle cramps as well, any restless legs, just to get that movement of the blood flow going. You can maybe go into the foot as well, and just give your feet some loving, and then just take some ankle rolls. Get rid of some clicks, keeping the spine nice and upright, so even if you are leaning against a wall or have support, make sure you're not slouching, so you're still lifting as tall as you can. And then let's set that left foot down, give the legs a little shake out, and we're going to come on to the other side. So either holding this foot, giving it a massage, leaning against a wall, get someone else to do it if they're willing, and give that ankle a nice massage. And you want to get into the the bits that aren't bony as well. So the bits around the bone, there's a nice little area between the ankle, the inner ankle, and the heel here. So this bit, which often gets quite sore around the Achilles as well, regardless of pregnancy or not as well. So let's just increase the blood flow and just give the feet a nice little massage. And give the ankles a roll. Okay, and place that right foot down. Give the legs another shake out. So just a little bit more leg work just to lengthen. You can use a strap or just hold the left thigh with interlacing the fingers. Now we're just going to bend and stretch the left leg. If you want to get a little bit more intense, you can maybe really flex that foot. Keep the shoulders soft so the shoulders aren't lifting. Keep breathing. Two more. And swap. The legs to shake out if you need to. Okay, so sorry, I don't want to put my foot in your face. I do need a pedicure. There's nowhere to go with this lockdown. I'll do what we can. Dye our own hair. Let's do 5 more. Shoulders soft. 4. Should be feeling it a little bit into the quads. 3. 2. And 1. And release down. Awesome. Alright, so some heart openers just before we come to a little bit of standing work. We're going to bring the hands together and the elbows together and keep the elbows in line with the shoulders so they're not above, they're not below. And really try and squeeze the elbows together as much as the hands. We're not pushing the hands together. See if you can get the elbows to really squeeze and breathe into the back of the heart, hugging baby in. Breathe out, drop the shoulders. From here we're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way out to the sides. Exhale, draw those, just rotate the arms down. Breathe in, bring the arms all the way up to cactus arms. Breathe out, squeeze elbows together. Keep the back of the neck long. Breathe in, open. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift. Elbows in line with shoulders. Breathe out, squeeze. And keep moving through this as slowly as you can. So not only are we getting a heart opener and also are increasing the space in the top of the back, we're also getting some nice strength work for the arms. Because if you are a new mum to be, we want to make sure that the arms are strong to carry baby. And if you're already a mum, you'll know how ideal it is to have upper body strength. And not just carrying baby as well, just moving things about, a little bit more washing maybe. Let's do 3 more. You should be feeling this now. Here's 2. And 1. Lovely. And release those hands down. Give the arms a shake. Okay. Shoulders another roll. And just rock from side to side. Okay, and a spinal twist. So legs, as always, hip width apart or a little bit wider. Open twist. Now our first option, if you're struggling with a little bit of hip pain and you're we want to keep it a little bit more narrow, so keep the legs together and we're going to twist. We're going to twist to the left, right hand onto the right knee, left hand can either come onto the lower back or can rest behind the chair and just open out to the side. If you're okay through the hips at the moment, you may want to add some glute work into this just to open up through the left glute, where we hold onto the left foot and we just take a twist. So you'll feel a little bit more of a stretch down this left hip. But if that's not feeling right for you today, then obviously just keep it where we started. Let's take 2 more breaths. Taking that left foot down if it was lifted, and let's swap over. So bring that right foot on top of the left leg if you want to. Left hand is on the left knee or on the left foot, or on the right foot, sorry, and take your twist, opening. Lovely. Take 3 more breaths. And then come back to centre, lower that right leg, give the legs a shake out. Alright, popping books or blocks, any support out the way. If you feel that you need extra support underneath the hips, then obviously grab yourself a cushion so you're nice and tall, especially if you are experiencing any pelvic girdle pain at all. Remember to keep the knees nice and close together but not squeezing together. And don't go too low. So we're going to do some chair stand-ups and sit-downs. So if at any point you get tired, just take a sit and just take some seated cat-cow, those movements that we did before. Or you can come into our Yoni Mudra, heart-womb greeting with love. Okay. So feet firmly planted on the earth. We're going to take a deep breath in as we just step forward. Just take the weight onto the legs. Keep the heart open, shoulders down the back. Breathe out, pop the bum back down. Breathe in, lift the pelvic floor. And breathe out. Breathe in, stand up. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now option, start adding some arms into it. So breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out. Breathe in, shoulders soft. Breathe out, keep hugging your baby in. Breathe in. And breathe out. And maybe you want to take it a little bit further and lift all the way up. Take a breath in. And breathe out, sit back down. Breathe and lift all the way up. Sorry that you can't actually see me, you can just see my legs and my belly button. I do apologise. So I'm going to just stay here. We've got 5 more rounds. Here's 4. 3. 2. And 1. See if you can hold it here. If you need to just place your bottom on the chair without putting the weight down, you can, just so it's there to hold. Keep breathing, and release down. Give the legs a shake. Awesome. Take a little rock from side to side. So that's the first little bit of work for the legs that we're going to do. What we're going to do next, just still using the chair, is, where's it gone? We're going to stand behind the chair or stand with the seated bit in front of you. So if you've got an upright chair, obviously just turn it round. I'm going to come over here. So standing with the chair in front, just take the feet wider than hip width and just rock side to side and take some of these nice rolls of the hips. So this is going to take the weight off your lower back, take the weight of the back in general. You're going to create space through the pelvis, and we're getting a really gentle massage into the wrists as well. So we're not putting as much weight as we would if we were on hands and knees. I've got a big click coming in my left hip somewhere. It's about to click. There it is. And let's go the other way. Couple more. And then find stillness. Alright, so this is kind of like coming into a down dog. We're going to walk the feet back and just take a rock from side to side. If you want to, you can come onto forearms here instead and rock from side to side here. If you're feeling that you may want to take this a bit further, as long as you've not got any shoulder niggles at the moment, or acid reflux, you may want to just straighten the arms out and just rock from side to side, but be mindful not to stick the bum up or overextend. So we're just going to round through the back a bit and rock from side to side, spreading the toes, hugging baby in. I'm feeling the strength through the legs, strength through the arms and the hands, the upper back strength, mid back. See if you can breathe into the back space of the heart as well. Let's take one more breath here. And then slowly walk the feet, coming back up. And then we're going to bring the hands onto the thighs and then just roll all the way up. Take a deep breath in and release the hands down. Okay, so next ones we're going to step just so you've got a little bit of room between you and your chair. And we're going to, remember, if you need to use support, grab something to hold off. Bring the right leg up onto the chair. So main thing is that we're not going to slip or dip into this left hip. We're going to be strong through this left leg. And we're just going to take some rolls of the hips here. Keep the left knee soft. If you've got pelvic girdle pain at the moment, this one might not be very comfortable for you. So if you do, just take some rotations of the hips with both feet on the floor, like this instead. Squeezing that left butt cheek and lifting through the kneecap, that left leg. And let's go the other way. Okay, and slowly we're going to step that right foot back, so either use a support or you can bring the hands down and take that right leg back, rock from side to side. Really nice and simple. This is a lot of the work that we do on the floor, but we're just adding a chair into it, which is quite fun. And let's swap sides. So use the support that you need using a wall or a person or another chair. Lift the left leg up. And let's take those hip rolls. If you had both feet on the floor, just go the other way. And let's go the other way. Let's do 2 more. Brilliant. Either use a wall support or bring the right hand down, then the left, and take the left leg back. Rock side to side. And we're going to hands onto the thighs and then roll up. Nice. Alright, standing at the back of the mat, so a little bit further away, we're going to take, it's kind of like a sun salutation, but using the chair as well. So this is a really good one if you're later on in pregnancy and actually coming onto the floor is too much. So we're still going to get our sun salute using a chair. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the feet nice and wide apart. Knees, make sure we're lifting up through the kneecaps. And just take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, bring the hands down to the thighs, lengthen the back of the neck. Breathe in, round through the back, hug baby in, tuck the chin, tuck the bottom, lift pelvic floor. Breathe out, release the tailbone away. And then we're going to slowly walk the hands onto the chair. And keeping the knees bent, just lift onto the balls of the feet. Tuck the tail, hug baby in, take a deep breath in. You've got the option to breathe out and hold it, or breathe out and take a mini press up. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, you can do cat-cow here instead. One more breath in. And breathe out. And then take yourself back to that modification of down dog, so you can rock side to side. You can bring the hands onto, so the forearms onto your chair. And hopefully this should be just feeling a little bit more accessible for you guys. And then we're going to come back onto the hands. Bring the hands back onto the thighs. Take a breath in, round through the back. Breathe out, release the tailbone away, shoulder blades down the back. And then rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Reaching the arms up, take a deep breath in. Hands through prayer to heart space. And then sending love down to baby. Let's do that again. So deep breath in, reach the arms. Breathe out, bring the hands onto the thighs. Nice long spine. Breathe in, round through the back, hugging your baby in, tucking the chin, lengthening back. Breathe out, release the tailbone away. Walk the hands onto your chair. Take a rock from side to side. Coming forward onto the balls of the feet. Option, you can stay where you were and just take cat-cow, or take these 3 mini chaturangas. So breathe in, breathe out, push away. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe in and breathe out. Take yourself back to that variation of down dog. Rock from side to side. Hands come onto the thighs. Take your weight back onto the feet. Take a breath in, round through the back. Hug baby, tuck the chin. Breathe out, release the tailbone away. Shoulder blades slide down the back, reach the heart up. And then come all the way up. Deep breath in, reach the arms. Breathe out, hands through to prayer, to our heart space. And then send love down to baby, resting in your womb space. Let's do one more round. Deep breath in, reach up. Breathe out, come back down. Breathe in, round through the back. Breathe out, release tailbone away, walk the hands forward. As I said, you can stay here, take any movement, or come forward into a lifted plank. Deep breath in, rotate the inner elbows forward. As we breathe out, come down. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out. Breathe in and lift. And as you breathe out, take yourself back. Down dog. Rock side to side. Lovely. Start bringing the hands back onto the thighs. Weight onto the feet. Take a breath in, round through the back. Breathe out, release the tailbone away. Reach the heart forward. And then come up. Deep breath in. Hands through prayer to heart space. Then send love down to your baby. Take a moment here. Maybe bringing one hand onto heart. One hand resting at your baby or with your baby. Feeling the superpower strength of your heart. Sending that strength and that love down to your growing baby. And feeling the strength of the earth beneath you as she holds the two of you, or the three of you, or how many of you there are. And then blink the eyes open. And release the hands down. Give the arms a shake out. Okay, let's come back onto our chairs. So we're just going to sit with our bottoms onto the chairs. Just make sure you're still on, because yeah, it is. My screen turns off. Lovely. So next one, just to finish off today's sequence, just going to do a little hand massage as well. Or wrist massage, sorry, to help kind of release the nervous system, as well as relax the pelvic area as well, because the joints in our wrists and the tendons around, it's all interconnected. So let's just take a moment just to massage into the wrists, especially if you have just done those press ups. It's good to keep the wrists mobile as well. If you find that you ever have quite an overactive pelvic floor, we want to make sure that we can relax that pelvic floor for, especially if you're having a natural birth. So these are just little things that you can do without really having to work anything, just to release. And let's go into the other wrist. So as part of our wind relieving practices, which or air, I'll go into in another practice for you guys. But just getting rid of that extra trapped air or wind or space between joints. Space is good, but not if we don't need it. So when you hear a click or something, it's your body just saying, thanks for creating that space. You got rid of something so that I can move. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and let's bring the interlace the fingers. So these are things that you can do anywhere. You can do this if you're watching TV. Just put this in your lounge. Can do it before you sit down to dinner. I wouldn't do it after dinner, so you might be a bit full. So yeah, that, it's just really cool that you can, these exercises, obviously it's nicer to do it in your own space where you're not going to be distracted by TV or other people. Let's just do a little bit more wrist work this way. But this practice specifically has been designed to be able to do it anywhere. Let's go the other way. Even if you're out walking, you find a bench, thinking, I want to do a little bit of movement, you can do that. Okay, as long as it feels okay, we're going to interlace the fingers and have the palms facing out. We're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, tuck the chin, keep the shoulders sliding down the back. Breathe in, lift up, breathe out, drop the chin. One more, breathe in, make sure you're not locking the elbows, and breathe out. Lovely, this time have the palms facing you, take a breath in. Breathe out, open the elbows, round through the back, tuck chin. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out. And let's do one more deep breath in. And out. And then come back, release those arms. Awesome. And just take a moment for stillness. Take this time to thank yourself for your practice. Take a moment for gratitude. Now, if you're feeling that you may want to take a full shavasana and a relaxation, just head over and pop any of my relaxation tracks on. But for now, we're going to bring the hands together at Namaste in our heart space. Just take another moment for gratitude, another moment to really thank you for your practice. May you be safe, may you be peaceful, may you be happy, may you be healthy. From my heart to your heart, Namaste. Thank you, ladies.